What's up, guys? As you can see, I got the bridge done. Back there I cut the homosode out, and that was not the easiest thing to do, but the river will go from the wall here to behind the mountain. It'll just kind of go out of sight because I really have nowhere to take it. I think the bridge looks really neat now. As you remember, the old way it went is the tracks went through here. Obviously there was no bridge because I love that bridge. I wanted to put it in some place, so I put it in there, and I think it actually makes Tyrone look even better now. I'll give you guys a shot of the train going through it. And back where the engines are, or directly behind the bridge, will be a double tunnel portal, and on the back wall there will be a mountain. And in front of the mountain, where the pit is, will be Sinking Valley. There will be a farmhouse and a barn in there. And I'm also going to update the depot here. I I like stock cars, and before I didn't have stock cars. Originally, I didn't have stock cars going to the depot there, but I think I'm going to have stock cars go to the depot and come out of the depot for, um, for the farms around Sinking Valley. So I got the bridge done about 2 weeks ago, and this past week I've gotten more of staging done. Back there is a uh, number 6 super switch. I like those because they're real gradual. They're not as sharp as my number 4 ones that I use. I got one track mostly done here for staging. It goes back here, and then the other one will be right in front of it. This will be hidden. Well, this part will be open, but this part will be hidden behind a wall, just for a scenic divider, because this is staging. This is technically a different part of the world from this. This is the Altoona Works, and this is basically Harrisburg. Then you go to this switch here, and if you can see, it's kind of dark. You can go the whole way back to the wall on this shelf. That way a train can come in, uncouple, go down over the switch, and obviously pass the switch and go back out. Or if it's long enough, or if it's, I should say, if it's short enough, it can sit back there while another train comes in and uses that to get out. So that'll work pretty well for me. The next project today is we're gonna start to put this in place a little bit better. We're still gonna make it so we can take it out. Gonna put some blocks in the back, probably a rod here. What the heck? Oh, and I forgot I got foam sitting over the track. That's not good. But while we're over here, I've started to put the legs down, if you can see under there, for Horseshoe Curve. There'll be the mountain in the back, and then I'm working on this mountain as well. So that'll help give it a lot of depth and make it feel like there's a difference between Tyrone, Horseshoe Curve, and Altoona. This will kind of separate everything. But back to over here, I'm going to have a rod probably in the front that I can adjust the front of this a little bit higher, a little bit lower, in case I need to, in case things don't, in case the trains are, not running right because there's a dip here, or it's too high. That way I can manually adjust it whenever I want. And then obviously above here, right off here, there's going to be that 3-way switch, and there's going to be a shelf along this level, right in front of, it'll stop right in front of Altoona Works, because it's not really high enough, so it looks silly having Altoona Works a half inch underneath the upper level. So the upper level will end about here, and this will be a big coal mine. And then staging in the back will be identical to the bottom level staging. There'll be a shelf back there, and it'll go to the wall, and it'll have that switch at the end and go behind the cold air return. But that's about what I've gotten done. I also want to start doing some fascia soon. And I got to do this crossover. I'm probably not going to get around to putting in the switches and for Crescent and the little industries that I'm going to put up there for a while, because I still have to figure out how I want to power them. I could put in tortoises, but then the tortoises will be hanging down under here, so I'm not entirely sure how I want to do that. And I also got to put in a tortoise back there because there's a left-handed turnout that takes you to staging, and right now I have to switch it manually, which is not the easiest thing. And then I'll probably get around to maybe working on this area of fascia, or not, yeah, fascia. This area of plaster cloth too. Um, I might get these sides done a little bit, or I might start working on this area for Altoona Station at some point. I don't really know what I'm gonna do after my next couple things, because it'll probably take me a week. I mean, I'm planning on getting this done today. It's about 6:30 in the morning right now on Saturday, and I plan on getting that shelf done too. And then after that, I really want to get the mountains up and done, because that'll make the layout feel a lot bigger. It'll feel like a lot more distance, because the height of that mountain there will separate, like I said, Tyrone from Horseshoe Curve, from Altoona. And then I also want to start cleaning this area up and start putting the foam down and carving it to make the hill in Tyrone, and putting a little village in here. But I hope you guys like that, and hopefully I'll have a new series at some point. As soon as I get the mountains done here, I'm gonna have a series called um, Action on the Curve or something like that, or Sundays at Horseshoe Curve. I don't really know what I'll title it yet, and it'll just be trains passing each other on Horseshoe Curve, and they'll be a little bit longer. These are, that's 11 cars, because I don't have more. My longest train is about 14, but I'll have 20-car trains passing each other on the curve at some point. Just kind of for a rail fan thing. But until next time, we'll see you guys later.